Massachusetts allocates millions of dollars annually to support startup growth. Accessing these funds requires following a specific administrative sequence designed to filter for operational viability. To reach a successful submission, you must verify your legal eligibility, identify a program match, and navigate the state's digital infrastructure. Preparation is the first barrier. Before accessing any state portal, you must have specific tax and legal documents saved and ready for upload. Securing state funding is a rigorous administrative test. Passing the paperwork prerequisite is the first unavoidable gate to scaling a business in the Commonwealth. Step 1 is establishing your baseline status. Your startup must be a legally registered business entity operating within the state of Massachusetts. Next, you need dual tax identification. This means acquiring your Federal Employer Identification Number, or EIN, as well as a Massachusetts Department of Revenue state tax ID. You also need a Certificate of Good Standing from the Secretary of the Commonwealth. This verifies your tax compliance and is the single most critical document in your application package. Additionally, if you operate a minority, women, or veteran-owned business, securing a Supplier Diversity Office certification grants you access to specialized funding pools. You must also prove operational history. Most early-stage grants require your business to have been officially operating for a minimum of 3 months. State application portals use these specific documents as an automated filter. Missing even one element, particularly the Certificate of Good Standing, results in immediate disqualification. With your paperwork verified, you must categorize your startup into one of 2 tracks based on your core business model. The first track is for businesses with a physical storefront. To qualify, you need fewer than 20 full-time equivalent employees and active daily retail or service operations. These criteria align your business with the Biz-M-Power and Empower Digital grant programs. Note that there is a strict location requirement. Operating out of a residential home disqualifies a startup from Biz-M-Power funding. The second track is the Deep Tech and Innovation model. This is reserved for research-driven startups that have already secured a federal SBIR Phase 2 grant. These startups are eligible for the Mass Ventures START program, which provides higher capital amounts specifically for commercialization activities. Identifying your structural archetype is a necessary strategic step. Applying for a misaligned grant program results in wasted resources and administrative effort. Once you have identified your track, you must move to digital execution. These 2 startup paths require logging into different state systems. Deep tech startups and those seeking large capital grants use the mass.gov Business Front Door portal. To enter the system, you must use a verified MyMassGov account to access your dashboard. From your dashboard, locate the Applications tab to open the Application Center. Main Street startups applying for Biz-M-Power or Empower Digital should instead go directly to the MGCC submittable portal. Navigating to the correct portal saves weeks of administrative effort and prevents the risk of missed deadlines. Massachusetts startup funding programs are structured as matching grants. These require a shared financial commitment from the applicant. For the Biz-M-Power program, the state matches funds you raise through a community crowdfunding campaign on the Patronicity platform. This creates a specific financial requirement. At the time of your application, your business must possess 20% of the requested grant amount in cash. On the eligibility form, you must confirm you have a brick-and-mortar location and employ fewer than 20 people. Finally, you must upload your formal business plan and a bank statement proving the 20% match is currently in your account. Providing proof of cash in hand demonstrates operational viability and transforms your application into a fundable project. Once you hit Submit, your startup officially enters the state's funding pipeline. Review periods vary by program, but the state generally evaluates and awards these grants on a rolling or quarterly timeline. Massachusetts is divided into 5 support regions: West, Central, North, Greater Boston, and South. In each zone, the state funds nonprofit partners to help applicants. These partners provide localized help for refining business plans and executing crowdfunding campaigns, particularly in gateway cities and rural areas. Securing state funding is not a solo endeavor. Tapping into this regional ecosystem of nonprofit partners is the final step in establishing a path for long-term startup growth.